on energetic parasites. So as you can imagine, I'm giving you such a short synopsis into the world of energy, your own energy. And when I do that, I'm giving you snapshots. And most of these topics can go on for hours and hours, but I'm just trying to give you some different ways of looking at your field. So today, going to talk about, you already know from the first video, 1, 2, 3 of energetic parasites, like how it starts to infiltrate your physical body. So everything happens in the non-physical before it occurs in the physical body. So energetic parasites could be going on for years before it finally manifests into something that you look at and say, oh crap, how did this happen? And so the deterioration of our physical body happens always energetically first. So how do we look at that for energetic parasites? Like, let's just say you don't see, sense, or feel any of that. That seems like crazy stuff, Kiana. How could I stop it, even though I didn't know it was happening? And there are ways in which you can remedy and repair holes, rips, tears. Some people have like gaping holes in their field, and that can be quite traumatic. Those are people who would feel depressed. They would feel betrayed. They would feel like they have one problem after another. And so your problems, even though you're highly functional, doesn't mean that this is not occurring. I would just assume that you have energetic parasites because it's so common, unfortunately. So what are you going to do? The first thing is point number 4 is spiritual truth. You want to basically think of it as a sword of truth. And when you are able to speak truth, you align your frequency. Now, I will get to point number 6. I'll talk a little bit about what happens when you do that, but you want to speak the truth, your truth, all the time. And now I know that could be quite challenging because I've been doing it since I was a little girl. And there are repercussions to that. There are consequences, all of which I would say are, can be very painful when you're looking at it from the ego mind. But when you're looking at it from a perspective of energetic alignment, it's the right thing. And so it's really about aligning to ascension through the frequency of truth, which is an armor. It's like a protection. So you don't want to, not from a place of fear, but from a place of truth. And that distinction is very important because a lot of people are like, oh, I'm just going to put a bubble around me and then I'm just going to walk into it. And when you're putting a bubble, if you're doing anything out of fear, out of protection, that is the resonance. It actually attracts that thing which you don't want because you're protecting against it. It has a stronger frequency in the negative. When you are fully aligned to the truth frequency, it is like a sword and it cuts through things and it heals your energy field. So you want to align to the truth, okay? Number 5, address pains of the heart. So one of the things that causes weakness in the spiritual field is wounds, right? Many people have wounds. You have trauma wounds, you have betrayal wounds. I mean, they are calling everything a wound. Wounds are wounds, okay? None is more important than another. They're all important and they all can be healed, but they can be healed from a place of conscious awareness, not like ruminating in the story that your mind will tell you. So the most important aspect to address in my assessment is always going to be typically found in your childhood wounds. So those places where you felt like maybe you had a narcissistic parent and they made you take care of them, or maybe you felt abandoned, or maybe you felt neglected, or maybe you felt like you didn't fit in. Whatever your wounds are from your childhood that are a wound of your heart, meaning you closed up your heart just a little bit each time, to where your heart has been in protection mode because you don't want to get hurt. Like, how many people have you ever known in your life who stayed in relationships because they didn't want to deal with getting hurt? Or maybe even worse, you dated somebody and they said, I don't want to hurt you. And that's a precursor for this person is not safe, because they're even speaking the words that they know that they're probably going to do something shitty. It's like a foretelling. So you didn't listen to that. You listened to their words instead of their behaviors. Always watch what people are doing. The words that people speak tell you a lot about nothing. Nothing. You want to watch what people are doing, their behaviors, and whether they're honoring you. And most importantly, you want to look at how are you honoring yourself? Where have I shut down that I need to do my own inner work to heal? That will address energetic parasite number 5 issue, is really looking at the heart center. And then number 6 is really going back to number 4, which is when you are speaking the truth. There will be censorship, there will be shadow banning, there will be a character assassination. And as somebody who has been a truth speaker and a change agent for many organizations and many teams, you always get attacked when you advocate for truth, clarity, justice for all, and freedom for all. When you are one of those people, you will get attacked. And people will talk bad about you. They will gossip about you. They will say things that are untrue repeatedly. And that is none of your business. And that's what I would say, is that this is where inner strength is really a huge aspect of creating an energetic force field within yourself. And with that comes confidence and self-esteem and worthiness. And you can't get those things without having a baseline of inner strength. And know that when you speak truth, people don't always agree, which is fine. You know, you can agree to disagree, right? But if you have inner strength, you will go back to your core values, your inner self-talk, and the truth. And that will always set you free. That doesn't mean you won't have challenges, and it certainly doesn't mean that what people say, you know, their words can be very hurtful, and it can bring tears. You know, people not believing you can be unfortunate, but you got to stay the course of truth and honoring yourself and inner strength. And from that space, your energy field will become strengthened. And the energetic parasites won't be able to permeate your field when all the rips and tears and so forth are healed. But that has a requirement of alignment within. It has a requirement of truth within. And most importantly, and I know you might think you speak the truth to yourself, but you got to say it to yourself, and you have to be able to speak it to others, even though they're not going to agree, even though they might get mad, even so they don't agree with you, even though they'll say bad things about you. You have to be willing to align with the truth, because that strengthens your field. All right. I am Kiana Sage, and I guide people to